evening. This is Joshua Fox doing my weekly summary for week number 7. This week, our neat resource was MOOCs, which are massive open online courses. I didn't know too much about this topic before the neat resource, but I found a really neat website um, that is basically a provider directory of um, free non-degree online courses with open unlimited global enrollment. So anyone who wants to learn can come here and learn information for non-credit, um, which is pretty amazing. It gets people all over the world connecting and sharing information, which I think is a good thing. Um, Week number 7 was about electromagnetic radiation. My group had radio waves, and each group had a different segment um, of each of the different waves. So that's what we did on Tuesday, going through the differences between those different frequencies. We also on Thursday went through a really cool experiment um, with light and refraction and reflection, which was really interesting. Learned a lot more about light that I really had no idea about, um, and thought it was interesting how um, the light would be bent away from normal um, if the incidence was moving slowly, and if the incidence was moving fast, it would be bent towards the normal. So it was really cool to see how light changes when you change different variables. So I really enjoyed that section of class on Thursday. I thought it was really neat to kind of work um, in our teams and kind of go through the different scenarios for how to change up the different refraction reflections. We also had the Boys in Gaming video this week. It was a really interesting video on TED Talks about basically how boys are faring in education in comparison to females. I thought it was really well done. It's definitely information that needs to be shared to the majority of Americans. There is a shortcoming in our education system, and I think that it can be changed by looking at some of these things, like how are boys responding to education compared to their counterparts. Are there enough male instructors in the schools to keep a nice balance between male and female interaction with children? I think it would help not only the boys, but some girls in that situation. If they never see a male figure, then it could be just as devastating in the future for them as it could be for the young boys. So I definitely feel like it was a great video to be watched. I learned a bit about it, and it kind of hit close to home. I mean, I am a guy, once was a little boy, and wasn't the best reader. I probably should have been diagnosed with some sort of reading or learning disability when I was a child, but it wasn't as prevalent, and I don't think that it was as noticeable with me. I think I probably did a pretty good job of hiding it, but I had a loving mother at home who watched the family and took care of the household, who always was able to help me through anything that I had issues with. So I had a figure that was always around that I was kind of able to lean on through my younger educational years, which I think a lot of times nowadays the young boys who are having issues in education don't have that stability at home. So I think that's a big factor when it comes to the differences between males and females. When there is just one parent at home, or both parents at home are working, and so they're not always around. I think because of the difference in nature between male and female, it is a little bit more difficult for a boy to be involved and engaged in that type of situation if they don't have that stability at home. Um, so that's pretty much my reflection on week number 7. My group got together on Saturday for the project number 2. I unfortunately was very ill this weekend and was not able to meet up with them. But I have gone over the schematics for our project selection, and I hope to be getting together with them throughout the week as well, either before class on Tuesday or sometime next Saturday as well. So everything's coming along nicely, and I'm looking forward to week number 8.